My favorite city overall is in Stormblood though.
Well,
So
yeah, that's
one of the
spoilers.
expansions. Yeah, I'm not gonna describe the city at all. I'm just saying that it's in another part of the game.
Okay. Well, yeah, I enjoy Gridania quite a lot. I think Limbs and Lizard just has too much going on. There's too many floors. It's kind of hard to figure out where the shops are, whereas everything is basically on the same floor. You just have to walk around to the different districts.
Yeah. Gridania is definitely the easiest to navigate.
And then I
Definitely.
don't even want to talk about Udath or whatever it is. I never remember what the name is.
Ulda. Yeah, that
Ulda.
was definitely the hardest one.
It's the the most. It's probably the worst designed of the three starter
It's
towns.
so confusing at first.
It's like not only is it like multiple districts that are right next to each other, there's multiple layers within each district.
Yep.
So you're
It's
saying it's
pretty
clock?
bad.
Is it somewhat similar to Clocktown, I guess, in design, except
It's
larger,
worse.
much larger.
Larger
like,
and like
With the
and multi-layer.
issues, is it similar issues as you would see in Clocktown?
I don't even know what
see issues
Clocktown
with
is.
Clocktown. Or are we talking about Majora's Mask?
Yeah.
I don't think it's at all.
I
don't think
I don't
Clocktown
have
is
issues
confusing.
now, but when I was a kid, I had a really hard time finding my way around Clocktown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I mean, Clocktown ultimately is pretty simple in that it's really just like sure there's
4 or
multiple
5 areas.
but at least all of the areas are like on the same plane, you know.
That is
Yeah,
true.
we're talking about different. We're talking about different planes and different areas within different planes, and they're all right next to each other, so it's really easy to walk into a different loading screen.
Yeah. It's like Limsa Lominsa, but just far worse.
Not, yeah,
It's like not, Limsa Lominsa is nothing compared to Ulda.
yeah. But I like Gridania. Maybe it's biased because I started there, but yeah.
I mean, I might be biased because I started in Limsa Lominsa, and that's my favorite one out of those three. But yeah. But I don't think so because I always like coastal areas and the ocean, so Limsa Lominsa fits that.
Oh, I like the overworld aspect of Limsa more than like Gridania, but the towns themselves, I like Gridania.
No,
Yeah, that's fair.
stupid.
Like, cause this is a really nice like landscape, whereas Gridania is like forest, jungle forest, rainforest, ash forest,
Trees.
mountain,
The city.
snow.
Yeah.
There's one gigantic forest with some snow and a swamp and like a volcano-looking area. The Man of the Blue Tattoos.
Yes, that is the name of my next quest.
God, you don't have a mount. Sweet Jesus, I could never play this game again without a mount. It's
I do have a mouse.
No, a mount.
Oh, a mouse.
Horse.
Oh.
Yes, I am still without Chocobo.
Oh, not even a chocobo. I paid good money for a luxury one.
Oh.
Although even if you buy stuff like that, you can't use them until you have unlocked the chocobo.
Yeah, I found that out the hard way.
Gotcha.
That's rough.
But you should be able to unlock chocobo at around main quest level 20 or so.
Yeah,
so that should
super late in the game.
After. Yeah.
Yeah, but I locked what the fuck is Odin's horse again?
Schleipnir?
Sleipnir.
Yeah, Sleipnir. Yeah, I have him. He's so cool.
That's cool.
He's my mount. And he gets his own theme music.
Actually, I'm
that
just
is the most
curious.
important thing.
For you guys who grew up in America, do you learn about Norse mythology in school?
No.
No, you just kind of figure it out by reading Thor comics. That's about it.
I mean, like, mythology was always a big thing to me, so I always went out of my way to learn it.
Okay, cool. But there wasn't anything in the American school system about Norse mythology?
You have no idea how little we learned about, like, the
anything.
Norse in general.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh. Damn.
It's pretty bad. But yeah.
I mean, like generally from first grade through sixth grade, you're just talking about Greece, Rome, China, and Egypt over and over and over again.
and then once you get to middle school, you learn about American history a little bit, and then after that, you learn about the government, how a very basic version of how the government works in high school. Like that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I see.
And then you can take AP classes if you really feel like it.
Yeah, if you
You know
want
what
to
that is
torture
again?
yourself.
U.S. history and European history.
Yep,
And I took both of
that's
them.
it.
Huh.
I was like, fuck that. I ain't doing no AP classes. I'm gonna die. I can only study so much.
History is pretty fun though.
It can be.
Yeah.
Oh god, the Drowning Wench is so confusing for me. I don't know what it is. Can
Okay.
never
It's a
find
bar.
my way around this. Well, yeah, it's a bar, but it's also the airship, but it's also like where
Huh?
most of the quests are.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The airship port to leave is in here too.
No, it's
Yep.
not.
Just up the elevator.
Yeah,
Well,
this
it's
is,
through the elevator.
yeah.
but-
So it's here. It's on a different
Well-
floor.
Yeah, it's right. It's a different floor, so it's
Yeah.
not here.
You're in the same building. It's a different floor.
Yeah.
If you go to a different floor in a building, do you leave the building and enter a second building?
No, but it's. I don't feel like the driving.
It's really
range and
questionable
the
what is and
airship.
isn't a building in Limsa.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
We're in Gordania. It's very specific. What's different?
The
It's
only
like
thing I
there's the
dislike-
theater, there's the questing hub, there's the market, and there's the lounge area in the temple.
The only thing I dislike about Gridania is that they ripped off the fucking Hobbit music.
Why not?
It's way too similar.
You
I
know,
dislike...
Final Fantasy is basically D&D Anime Edition, right?
Oh yeah, like
It
there's
is
Right,
very
yeah, but-
basic. It's-
like the thing that
I
Steven
still
did to
have
get
a
me to
right
play
to
this game
dislike.
initially was he showed me the what was it called? What was that robot game that came out a couple years ago? Where it had
which
tubing in it?
one? Oh, Nier Automata?
Thank you. Yeah, he showed me the Nier Automata
Ah.
dungeon, and the final boss of that dungeon is GLaDOS from Portal.
Yes.
But it wasn't technically; it was just very clearly inspired by her.
It's not GLaDOS.
Okay. Alright.
I mean, there's also a Monster Hunter event. The one. Bless you.
Yeah.
Bless you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's yeah. So
But yeah, I don't like it when they're like that obviously ripping stuff off. Is I guess my take on it.
are you sure it's more ripping off and more a homage?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff
I
is
don't know.
homages.
They're
And references
fair.
and-
The line there can be hard to distinguish sometimes between homages and ripoffs, but I don't know.
Effort.
Just
To me, that's always the sign of quality is when you put effort.
and I don't know how much effort was put into that song. It just sounds way too much like the Hobbit music. Fucking Shire, the Shire. I think. But
Yeah.
hey, whatever.
I just noticed, what the hell are you playing as? I'm watching the cutscene because someone actually bothered to sit through the cutscenes. I'm like, I just looked at your character. I'm like, what is this? Jill, come take a look. What is this? Oh, Barry, what could it be? I don't know.
It's
Oh my god. Take a look.
Beauty.
It's Forest.
It's Beauty and the Beast in one person.
It's Ah, God, RE1 voice acting is a gem.
Huh.
To be fair though, it's not as bad as A, Shenmue, and B, House of the Dead 2. Those are
Few things are.
few things are. Like, House of the Dead 2 makes RE1 look like it should win an Oscar. That's how
Which
bad
is
it
sad,
is.
because RE1 is kind of terrible. All things considered.
Kind of.
I
You
mean,
mean the same game that gave us the Jill sandwich?
The Jill
yes,
sandwich?
kind of.
Yes. Whoa, that was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich. Oh, Barry, thank you so much for rescuing me. How did you end up in that predicament? I don't know. All I know is that I'm thankful you saved me. All right, well just don't follow yourself in those traps again. I promise I won't. Something like that. I don't know. It's been a long time since I played RE1. And even then I'm used to playing the remake. So
Yeah, I haven't actually played one. I played a couple RE games, but not that one.
not the original or the remake?
No, I haven't played any of the remakes.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean 3 is okay for what I've been here. One of these days I'll get to it, but 2, that's solid.
Yeah, I imagine I will at some point.
Also, I guess since we're on top of Resident Evil, how do you guys feel about the vampire lady that's like a bajillion feet tall?
I don't know her.
Let me go
Which
find
one?
it.
Oh, you're talking about an
From
8.
8.
I haven't
The
really
one that
looked at any
Twitter
of the new
will
stuff
never
from 8 yet.
The one that Twitter will never stop talking about.
I've seen a couple of pictures.
Okay.
Oh, more accurately, I
Okay.
have seen the thumbnail for Maximilian Dude's video, but that's it.
Hold on. I literally type in RE8 and the first result is Vampire Lady.
Nice.
It's not even like subtle. Alright, I'm about to post the pictures.
The only Resident Evil games that I'm familiar with at all are the first 3 games and Code Veronica.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh, so what do I...
That's fun.
Yeah. We just grab as many memes as I possibly can. Also, don't put these in the video. Let the audience go Google it themselves.
I mean, it's just a big lady.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, that's all the internet really needs.
That's all the internet needs. Better.
Yeah, I guess so.
Time for another class quest.
Nice.
I'm about to ask, what are you playing as? Now that I'm like paying
I'm an
attention to
arcanist.
the stream. You're an arcanist. Okay, I started out as a lancer. I'm now currently a dragoon. So,
Ah, nice.
and yes, it does have the jump. And yes, it looks as stupid as you would think it would in this game.
I mean, I can only hope it looks stupid.
I mean, how else are you going to explain the jump spell? Just, okay, character model goes off screen, comes back down. That's all it does.
That's all it needs to
Pretty
do.
rad.
Exactly.
I also have a Dragoon.
Well, yeah, but that's because you consistently play this game. I can't.
Yeah. Yep.
And even when I try to, I can't.
Yeah. That's bull hell.
I've also been playing Super Hot Mind Control Delete or whatever, the third game. And they were like, hey, we heard you like Mr. X from Resident Evil 2 Remake. How about we have our own version?
And
Oh.
it's this chick?
No, this is Super Hot. That's not her. Oh yeah, but she's totally gonna be the new Mr. X.
Mr.
They're
X
already
and Resident
setting
Evil
it.
2 Remake is fucking amazing. I love
I know,
him.
right?
I
It's
call
like
him Daddy.
he's somehow better than Nemesis, which then remake they basically swapped them. Like in the original, Mr. X would just kind of show up and do some stuff, and in the original 3, Nemesis would be constantly chasing you down. In remake 2, Mr. X is constantly chasing you down, but in remake 3, Nemesis kind of pops up for boss fights.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Why did you swap them?
I have learned Summon
Honestly,
2.
They should have made both
Summon.
of them just
Oh,
be like stalking you, because that's
yeah.
what's fun, really.
I mean, that's what everyone was imagining. I was like, oh god, if Mr. X is this tough, imagine him with a long-range grab, the ability to jump, and a rocket launcher.
Yeah,
That's what Nemesis should have been.
I see.
But no. I mean, one of these days I'll play it. I'm gonna hold judgment to myself, but just from what people who really like 2 have told me, just it's not the same.
Right. I've played the Resident Evil 2 remake, and I've seen the Resident Evil 3 remake Let's Play. Oh.
I mean, I guess that's kind of what happens when... Actually, it's kind of funny how the Resident Evil 3 got the same treatment twice. They couldn't really make a full game in time, so they reused a lot of assets from RE2 to kind of cobble together a really quick sequel.
Oh, for the first version of 3?
It's just
No, that's
tradition.
that's also what happened in 3. 3 uses a lot of stuff from Remake 2. It's slightly polished up, and there are new stuff, but it's largely made out of the last game's assets.
Alright, so we need to go down there.
And it was made very quickly, at least in comparison. Yeah, Jason's right. It was tradition at this point.
Why didn't they remake the first Resident Evil game when they
They
started
did.
doing remakes? Well,
They did.
Well, that wasn't part of that remake thing, though, was it?
But it's good though.
No, it's just a polish, isn't it?
No, it's a full-blown remake. There's new stuff. In fact, there's literally
They
a
even
new
changed
puzzle
the
that if you...
gameplay style of 2 and 3 too, didn't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying.
but remake 1, there's literally a puzzle that if you solve it the original way, it will kill you.
But still, it doesn't. It's not a remake to the same extent as 2 and 3 were, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because they already
Which is
did
a
it. Why wouldn't they
shame.
do it again? It's
Yeah,
it's
but-
good. It's like if you want to play the original Resident Evils, this is the best one. Resident Evil's kind of at this point where it's in 3 stages. You got classic Resident Evil, you got RE4-esque Resident Evil, and you have FPS Resident Evil, which is 7 and 8. So we have a bunch of stuff that's in that RE4 area, and then we have the new games in the FPS mode. So they decided to leave the remake of Resident Evil 1 to be the sole pillar of classic Resident Evil style.
Okay, I guess that's fair. I guess I just don't like that kind of gameplay. So
Camera switching style.
yeah,
I mean, it's got its benefits, and if you really don't like tank controls, they did give you RE4 like 360 movement as an option. But I honestly, I think the game works better with the tank controls just because it was built that way. Plus, like, well, even if they gave you full control of the in RE1, the level design will need to dramatically change.
Yeah.
Because it's way too cramped for like full-blown exploration.
Like the entire reason they had the camera the way it was because of the limitations they had.
Yeah, and even then they normally would place like objects and jump scares in specific positions. So like if you weren't supposed to see something for a jump scare, you won't see it till you turn to the screen. If you're supposed to look at something for a clue, it's right there on the screen.
Oh yeah.
The way they camera centered. Plus that way you don't have to rely on cutscenes as much. Because the in-game cutscenes only go so far, and the few F and V are not great. So a lot of the like heavy lifting of the story comes from the camera itself.
Right.
Plus, if I remember
Also-
correctly, they made RE1 originally without the DualShock being a thing yet.
Oh, you might be right, actually.
Because no, they did, because they later released an update that supports analog, which is where the really crappy which is where they replaced the soundtrack and it includes that really crappy kitchen song that everyone knows. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. I'll post it in the chat real quick because
Okay.
it's god awful. How
I'm
they
not
let
gonna-
this song slide. Oh no, don't play it on the chat.
I'm not
I think
going to.
everyone else go look that. Chat, go look that up. Trust me, your ears will hate me for it, but it's hilarious. And after Petter hears it and is disgraced, I will tell the story of why it exists.
Do you expect me to dance?
Trust me.
No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to
Want
die.
you to die. Well, it wasn't to dance; it was to talk.
Yeah, but I think it works.
It works.
Like, imagine if that were the movie, though.
Yeah. I wish.
You gotta talk
I
about
sense a
Operation
hostile
Grand
presence.
Slam, though.
Yeah.
God, I've heard this song so many times and it never gets better. It's just it's continually a joke.
Just like that's amore.
Yeah, but Fatter, would you like me to tell you the story of why that exists?
Okay.
To it.
Okay, so apparently, I'm gonna not use the names because I'm gonna butcher them immensely.
Mhm.
But basically, there was a composer who worked at Capcom who was somewhat, famous for his composition. But unfortunately, he was going deaf. So he hired a ghostwriter to write
What?
most of the normal music. But like one day, supposedly Capcom like higher ups were at the music recording studio, so the deaf guy had to record a song, and he came up with that. And then when they went to, and it was a test track, but they forgot to take it out in the retail release.
Oh?
So that's what happens when you ask a guy who is deaf to compose music.
Beethoven was deaf. That's not an excuse.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was just about to interject with that, but thank you.
That's strange. That's kind of dumb.
And you want to know what's even more saddening?
What?
The most convenient way to play the original Resident Evil entirety has that song in it on the PS3. They've never gotten rid of it. Except unless you play the remake.